Shalom, shalom, לכולם, shalom לכל to the woman. We continue our limud about Sefer Ukanashim. On continue notre limud par rapport à Sefer Ukanashim. We have almost done all the Sefer. Maybe we have 2 months of study, but Baruch Hashem, we succeed to build an image of what should be a woman according to the minhag africain. On reçoit construire l'image de ce que pourrait être une femme sur le minhag africain. So let's read the new chapter and see how we can. Oga, it's it. And see how we can add more information about a new topic, which is very important. It's about yichud. What is yichud? It's when a woman is alone with a man in a room. Let's try to see what is behind and what are the consequences and why this is a problem for our sages. I will read in French and then Olga will help me with the English version. So let me share my screen for the text. And, so it's like this. Il dit comme ça. Les lois d'isolement, yichud. De plus, écoutez, auditrices, vous autres femmes honnêtes, les propos rapportés dans ce chapitre 44. We are ready for fourth chapter. No, I'm reading. Oh, sorry. No problem. Parmi les lois de la Torah, for you it will be page 223. Et parmi les lois de la Torah se trouve l'interdiction pour la femme de s'isoler avec un homme pour lequel elle est considérée comme erva, nudité adultère. Ce qui implique que si cet homme a un rapport avec elle, ils sont tous deux passibles de la peine de karet, retranchement, ou de malchut, flagellation. Seuls peuvent s'isoler ensemble, le père avec sa fille, la mère avec son fils, le mari avec sa femme, impur, comme c'est Nida. Il n'y a là aucune contre-indication du point de vue de la loi. En ce qui concerne le frère et la sœur, certains sages disent qu'il leur est permis de demeurer seuls ensemble quelquefois, par intervalle, mais pas de façon constante. D'autres affirment que l'isolement leur est interdit en tout temps et en toutes circonstances. Cette loi dont nous venons de faire état est l'une des lois reçues de notre maître Moshe. Mais après l'isolement d'Amnon et Tamar, qui était l'histoire des enfants de David, Amnon il va violer Tamar, notre maître, le roi David, s'est réuni avec les sages, membres du Sanhédrin, qui siégeaient de son temps, et ils interdirent à la femme de s'isoler avec un homme, même si elle est pure de tout flux sanguin, de nida, et bien qu'elle soit célibataire, qu'elle ne soit ni promise, mais koudéchet, ni liée à aucun homme. Par la suite des érudits, au début de la génération des Tanaïm et des sages de la Mishnah, interdirent à la femme de s'isoler avec tout homme non juif, c'est-à-dire appartenant à une autre nation. Et c'est par exemple ce qu'on a étudié dans Masechet Avodah au tout début du premier chapitre. Si un homme est accompagné de sa femme, il lui est permis de s'isoler avec une autre femme, car il est improbable qu'il commette un péché avec cette autre femme devant son épouse. Il en est de même pour la femme qui est accompagnée de son mari. Elle peut s'isoler avec un étranger car son mari constitue une protection et il est inconcevable qu'elle faute devant lui. Il est interdit à la femme de s'isoler avec un non-juif, un homme d'une autre nation, même si sa femme se trouve avec lui, car il est possible qu'il faute avec elle en présence de sa femme sans avoir peur de sa femme. Yes, okay, can read.
44.
Yeah.
Righteous women, listen to what I must tell you in this 44 chapter. It is prohibited for a woman to remain in private with a man whom the Torah prohibits her from marrying. That is, any man who, were he to live with her, would be punished with a karet or malkot, public beating. The only exception to these rules are a father with his daughter, a mother with her son, and a husband with his wife, even when he is neither spiritually impure. According to Allah, it is perfectly in order for people in this relationship to remain in private with each other. Concerning a brother staying alone with his sister, there are some sages who permitted it if it happens infrequently. But under no circumstances is it permitted on a permanent basis. Other halachic authorities prohibited it. If it occurs infrequently, the laws outlined above have been transmitted to us through an oral tradition originating with Moshe Rabbeinu at Mount Sinai. The prohibition against a man staying in a private with an unmarried woman who is not his relative, there is not needed. It's a decree established jointly by David Amelech and the Sanhedrin. He saw the necessity of making such a decree after an episode of Amnon and the Tamar. A few generations later, the Tanaim instituted a decree which prohibited a Jewish woman, from staying in a private with a Gentile. A man may remain behind the closed doors with a woman who is prohibited to him if his wife is there also, since it is inconceivable that he would commit a transgression while in the presence of his wife. The converse is also permitted. A woman accompanied by her husband may remain behind the closed doors with a man who is prohibited to live with her. This rule, however, does not apply to non-Jews. That is, a Jewish woman may not remain in private with a Gentile, even if the non-Jewish wives accompany him. This is because Gentiles do not fear their wives. Consequently, we are concerned that the Gentile will force the Jewish woman to have sexual relations with him, even as his own wife looks on. Out of fear, she will not protest. And out of fear, she will not protest.
Let me now read. We continue. We take more information. Un garçon de moins de 9 ans peut s'isoler avec une femme car il ne peut se lier à une femme. Il en est de même pour une fille qui n'a pas atteint l'âge de 3 ans. Un homme peut se trouver seul avec elle car elle n'est pas à même de se lier à un homme. Si la femme est accompagnée de filles qui comprennent le sens des rapports entre un homme et une femme, et savent qu'il s'agit là d'une chose répugnante et interdite, et qui ne se livrent pas à cet acte pernicieux, la femme pourra s'isoler avec un étranger dans la mesure où ses filles l'accompagnent. En effet, la femme étant prudente, elle ne commettra pas une abomination si elle est en compagnie d'une fille qui peut dévoiler la chose aux autres. Ceci à condition que cette fille ne soit pas attirée par le mal. En effet, si cette fille n'est pas dotée de vertus parfaites, la femme ne peut pas appréhender de commettre un acte pernicieux pensant que cette fille, étant légère, elle sera saisie par l'envie de faire de même. Lorsqu'une femme voyage en bateau ou en train, l'habitude dans le monde est qu'elle se fasse accompagner d'un jeune garçon ou d'une petite fille, car cette compagnie constitue pour elle une sauvegarde. Certains sages interdisent cela, d'autres permettent la chose. Si l'on suit l'avis de ceux qui permettent, il faudra veiller à choisir un enfant intelligent, doté de bon sens, qui comprend que la débauche et la prostitution sont interdites et qui n'hésite pas à raconter la chose aux gens lorsqu'ils voient un étranger commettre un acte abominable. Aussi est-il interdit de faire confiance à un enfant de 3 ou 4 ans. Il est permis à la femme de s'isoler chez elle avec un autre homme si son mari se trouve dans la ville, mais s'il s'est rendu à son travail, mais qu'il s'est rendu à son travail. En effet, dans ce cas, la femme éprouve la crainte de son mari. Elle pense et se dit qu'il va à chaque instant arriver au dépourvu. Même si la porte de la cour est fermée, elle aura peur qu'il n'arrive, ne frappe à la porte et qu'elle ne soit obligée de lui ouvrir de suite. Il en est de même pour la femme qui a un domestique à son service et dont le mari est sorti, la laissant seule dans la cour avec le domestique. Par contre, si le mari d'une femme se rend dans une autre ville, il lui est interdit de s'isoler avec un domestique si la porte de la cour n'est pas ouverte. Si la porte de la cour est ouverte du côté de la rue, il lui est permis de demeurer seul avec le domestique dans la cour. Canada.
A male child under 9 years of age may remain in private with a woman, since he is not physically capable of conducting sexual intercourse. For the same reason, it is permitted to remain in private with a female child under the age of 3. If a woman's daughter comprehends what is meant by sexual relations, there has been taught that conducting such relations with other men, then one's own husband is prohibited, then the woman may remain in private with a prohibited man if her daughter is present. The reason is that a woman will not commit a transgression in the presence of someone who will reveal her sin to others. Of course, this law is based on the assumption that the woman's daughter has not gone astray herself, and does not desire to have sexual relations with a strange man. It is self-evident that if this is not the case, then the daughter's presence is inconsequential, since the mother will not be dissuaded from performing any act in her presence, which the daughter herself considers to be perfect in order. The prevalent custom today is that a woman travels on a ship or a train. She takes a child along with her in order to avoid transgressing the prohibition against remaining in private with a strange man. There is a disagreement among the rabbis concerning the validity of this custom. Some say that the presence of a small child do not dissuade a woman from committing a transgression with a strange man, and thus it is prohibited for a woman to travel in this fashion. Others are more lenient. Those who rely on the lenient ruling must make certain that the child they take has a clear comprehension of what the sexual relations are, and which relations are strictly prohibited. He or she must also be the type of a child who will not hesitate to notify others for the woman who is accompanying, thus in effect begin to commit a transgression. Children of 3 or 4 years of age certainly do not qualify for this role. If a woman's husband is in the same city, she may remain in private with another man, since the thought that her husband will make an unexpected appearance will dissuade her from committing sexual transgressions. Even if the outer gate is locked, the thought that her husband will suddenly knock on the door and that she will have to open the door soon after will dissuade her from sinning. Women may rely on this ruling when at home with a male servant. On the other hand, if a man's husband is not in the same city, he may not remain in private with a male servant unless the front gate remains open, in which case, when we sorry, this is not the English word.
We may remain.
When may remain in private with a female servant in the courtyard.
תודה רבה, רבי נתן חנן.
Baruch Hashem, תודה רבה.
So now let's see what's happened. Shalom, shalom, to Rabbi Eliyahu Media. Shalom, shalom, Rabbi Jeffers. Shalom, shalom. So, first of all, let's put the frame. On remet le cadre. We are talking about the fact that the law said that it's forbidden for a woman to be alone with a man in a room. Mainly for one reason, is that the forbidden relationship. It's forbidden. We have it in Parashat Mishpatim, in the portion of the talk on Mishpatim, where we know all the list of the forbidden relationship. Why? Because, pourquoi c'est interdit? C'est la peur des conséquences des relations interdites. Pourquoi ces relations sont interdites? Parce que la femme, dans ce moment-là, elle est nida. The woman is nida. Meaning every single woman who is not related to you as a wife is considered for you nida, even if she is not bleeding. Toute femme qui n'est pas ta femme, elle est considérée pour toi nida, même si elle n'est pas en train de saigner. So why the laws is on women? Pourquoi la loi elle est sur les femmes and not on the men? Because when the woman nida, pourquoi la loi est sur les femmes et pas sur les hommes? Because when the woman she's nida, what happened? The fact that she may have relationship, we have three situations which can be built from that situation. On a trois situations qui peuvent se passer de ça. The first one is the forbidden relationship. C'est une relation interdite. C'est une relation sexuelle interdite. It's a sexual relationship forbidden. The relation itself is forbidden. La relation elle-même, elle est interdite. The second is what we call the Banim Nida. What is Banim Nida? Is the babies, male or female, that you conceive when a woman is Nida Chave Shalom. C'est les enfants, garçons ou filles, que tu conçois quand la femme, elle est Nida. It's a Issour. C'est un interdit. The third one is the fact that if the woman is married, you will do a mamzer. Meaning a baby who comes from a woman who is married with another man. C'est-à-dire un enfant qui vient d'une femme mariée. Mamzer, donc different cases. So what will happen, qu'est-ce qui se passe, is that all the situation will create what? Karet. Toutes ces situations vont créer karet. Eliezer.
Une question. Je comprends qu'une femme qui est mariée, qui s'est fait enfanter par un homme, ça c'est un mamzer. Vous pouvez voir une femme qui n'est pas mariée, mais se fait enfanter par un homme marié. C'est pas un mamzer.
Ben Nida. Banim Nida.
Est-ce qu'il est dans le même climat de mamzer ou c'est une autre chose?
J'y sais, c'était un Ben Nida. La Touma, elle est aussi grande. C'est ce qu'on appelle aussi Ben Kippour.
On appelle ça Ben Kippour.
Des enfants aussi qu'on appelle Ben Niki de Kippour. J'étais conçu à Kippour, Shalom. Donc à chaque fois qu'une relation est construite à un moment où la Torah de Dieu ne fait pas d'union, l'enfant porte en lui une Touma qui est colossale. Every time a baby is conceived, the moment that the Torah said it's not permitted, you have to know that kids carry a big bag of impurity on his shoulder. So that's why we talk about the fact that in the chat, we want to prevent that situation. We veut prévenir cette situation. That's why we forbid a woman to be alone with a man. C'est pour ça qu'on interdit une femme d'être seule avec un homme. Now I see many people coming with questions. Say, no, I'm not an animal. Je suis pas un animal. It's not because I'm alone in the room with the woman that I will do crazy things. C'est pas parce que je suis seul avec une femme dans une pièce que je vais faire des choses incroyables. So now, let's see what you don't see behind that halakha. Regardons ce que vous ne voyez pas derrière cette halakha et qu'est-ce qui se passe, en fait, pourquoi les sages interdisent cette situation pshat. And what happened with the forbidden situation that the sage brings. For this, we're going to read first one aga of Ramban. Pour ça, d'abord, pour commencer, on va lire une aga de Ramban avant de creuser, before to go deeper. It's in Parashat Vayetze, when Lavan is looking for his statute, quand Lavan cherche ses statuts, and Rachel said, I cannot stand up because I'm Nida. Elle dit, je ne peux pas me lever parce que je suis Nida. So let's see what Ramban tells us here. Regardons ce que Ramban nous dit. Non, c'est... Ouais, Ramban. So Ramban say like that. I will read fast and translate in English for the English speaker. The, what said Rachel? She said, "May my father not be irritated because I cannot stand up because I'm in my period." Elle dit que mon père ne se fâche pas. She's talking to his father parce que because it's my time. Ok. Ramban dit comme ça. Je ne comprends pas quel est le sens de cette justification. Les femmes ayant leurs règles ne se lèvent-elles donc pas et ne se tiennent pas-elles pas debout? I don't understand what does it mean. Women who have the period, they cannot stand up, they cannot walk. So how come our mother Rachel justified the fact that she could have stood by the fact that she is in a period? What's the connection? There's no connection. Bah, même si elle a mal, c'est pas parce que tu es nida que tu te lèves pas, que tu marches pas. C'est pas libre. Après, il dit peut-être, Rachel a elle voulu dire qu'elle avait la tête et les membres lourds. So maybe she wants to say that no, everything is heavy. My head and my members. Et qu'elle se sentait malade pendant ces périodes de menstrues car elle est de la nature des femmes. So maybe she is like some woman who really feel sicky when they are in that time. He's asking, il pose la question. Et cela pour votre raison vraie pour celles qui, comme Rachel, ont peu d'enfants. Car le flux étant faible, les règles leur sont particulièrement douloureuses. So Ramban give to us one analysis. C'est the more a woman have kids, the less the blood of Nida have big impact on her.
Really?
Oui. Et des premières règles. Le plus une femme a d'enfants, le moins elle souffre des règles. Et c'est même me semble plus exact d'expliquer que dans les 7 ans reculés, les femmes ayant leurs règles étaient considérablement mises à l'écart. C'est non, let's go back. Let's try to find the proper explanation. It seems to be that in the ancient time, when women were nida, they were put aside from the city, from the main places. En effet, depuis toujours, on les appelait nidot, mises en quarantaine. C'est from ever, we are calling them nidot, meaning you are in quarantine, en raison de leur isolement, étant donné que personne ne les approchait, ni ne leur adressait la parole. So say in that time, no one will take the risk to come close, and no one will take the risk to talk to her. À cette époque-là, personne ne prend le risque de s'approcher ni de parler à une femme qui est nida, qui est assez monstrueuse. You are bleeding, it's your periods, okay, we don't talk to you and we don't come close to you. Rambana. Now look what say. Les anciens savaient, c'est that ancients they knew by their wisdom, par leur sagesse, que l'air, les environnants étaient nocifs. Ah. Et c'est they knew that the avir, the atmosphere, the winds, the airs around them were very negative. How do you say nocif? I want to know this term in English. Harmful. So it was known in that time that the atmosphere, the airs, the whisper, the wind, everything you will call it how you will call it, the heaven, everything, was very harmful when she is nida. Around her, it's harmful. They had that knowledge, ils avaient cette sagesse-là. Et que même leur regard génère une flétrissure et une empreinte nuisible. Et c'est even they knew that if a woman nida look at you, you will have a skin problem.
What?
And this will make a print on you. That's why they were going outside. So ils partaient à part, ils partaient loin. And I remember we studied this before a few months, and we gave all the tablets to the Nigerian community who was still today keep these laws in Africa, many places like this, but Nigerian because we study with them a lot. When you're Nida, we put you in another place. Cannot be so.
Okay, we understand we have the law of leprosy, and most likely they usually say that for men. Can you say nida is the leprosy for women? Because you put your side out of the camp into your period, etc., etc. Can you say that's the same prina, but for women?
No, we cannot say that because leprosy comes because of impurity of your Brit Milah.
Hey,
That's why you have that. And it's and when it's for women, it's a lashon the tongue and the Brit Milah being both of them Yisod. But the period is the consequences of the tikkun of Chava, the fact that she listened to the Nachash and that she basically didn't protect herself and protect her husband. So it will not be only sexual because many things happen at that moment. Between the temptation, to the discussion, between the fact that she ate, the fact that she gave to eat once she know that she will die. All these things made that nida as a tikkun from that moment. So when you are nida, you are fixing something. When you have leprosy, you are paying something. Because that leprosy doesn't mean you're fixed. You'll be fixed when you will be set out from the quarantine. But once you are nida, you know, I'm fixing. Already. So it's not really the same. Après, il dit, une pétition et une empreinte nuisible. In Hebrew, how does he call these situations? Gnai veroshem ra. You see? In Hebrew, Rabbeinu Ramban, he said that the look or the atmosphere or the speech of a Nida woman, le regard, l'atmosphère, la parole d'une femme Nida, ça fait un gnai, something on the skin, and also roshem ra, a spot, a trace of ra. What is ra? You will be attracted by zera levatala. Ra is connected to zera levatala. Losing seeds. Ça sera lié au fait de perdre du zera. One second. So I say like this. Gnav Yosef Roshemra, Kasher Be'arwa Philosophim. Say, you know what? Even the philosophim, they knew it. Même les philosophes, ils savaient ça. So this is the point. Just word bracket. This is the point. Nida is expressing itself by the atmosphere, the wind, the heaven, or the speech. Nida, elle va s'exprimer par la parole, l'atmosphère, le vent autour, l'air autour, tout ça is related to the aspect of air. C'est lié à l'air. So now let's question again. Demandons encore. So when you say, no, I'm a man, I'm not an animal, I will not jump on a woman because I'm alone with her in the room. C'est ça the question. On n'est pas en train de parler que tu sois un animal ou que tu ne te maîtrises pas. On ne parle pas de ça. We don't talk about that. About that, the damage which will be done on your body and on your soul. Just by being in the room. That's why many women should be told. Because they don't know exactly what's happened, that they always be involved with men. You damage. The damage is, look, the roshem on the body and also the damage of the soul. Tu endommages les deux. So imagine how clever was that civilization which were putting women in specific places. It's like everybody understands his own limit and try to be helpful for all the community. Tout le monde comprend ses propres limites et essaie d'être une aide pour toute la communauté. So the question is, how does all this happen? Comment tout ça, ça se passe? C'est quoi le lien entre le fait d'être Nida et ce avir-là? What the connection between the fact of being Nida and that avir, that atmosphere? We're going to see a very deep Ariya Kadosh who explain this in depth. On va voir un Ariya Kadosh compliqué et important qui exprime ça en profondeur.
Et entre femmes, ça n'a pas d'incidence?
Non.
Je parle des effets du speech, tout ça. Je parle pas le fait d'être seule dans une pièce.
Si les autres femmes sont Nida, il n'y a pas d'incidence. Si elles ne sont pas Nida, ça a une incidence.
Si elles ne sont pas Nida, ça a une incidence?
Ouais.
Pourquoi?
C'est ça qu'on l'a mis dans une autre ville. Si tu es Nida et une autre femme n'est pas Nida, il faut éviter même de parler.
Voilà, c'est ça que je veux dire.
C'est ce que je viens de dire.
Ok.
So look, c'est faire l'écoutine. Daf. Taf Samer. La scène de culture. C'est faire l'écoutine. Daf, Taf Samer. I share my screen. Let's try to see how come that Nida create a bad atmosphere around the woman. Comment ça se fait? Shalom, shalom, all the Jewish Igbo community. Shalom, shalom. How come that the Nida create a bad atmosphere around the woman, and that atmosphere is damageable, can damage everything? It's in the Sefer Likutim about a pasuk in Yov. First of all, let me read that pasuk and understand what it is about. D'abord, peut-être lisons le pasuk et comprenons de quoi il s'agit. Book of Yov. You can help me?
Yes, please.
Okay. Book of Yov.
Please. No, I think it's
Non, non, le vert, le vert, le vert. It's 22, 25.
22.
T'as dit 22, quoi?
25.
25.
22, 25.
So look what it says. This is the passage where we're going to understand how come that Nida creates very harmful atmosphere around the woman, and this is why we also forbid the fact that a man should not be isolated with a woman. So see what say the pasuk of Yov. Il dit Ve'aya Shaddai betzarecha v'keset toafot lach. Et Shaddai sera pour toi un amas de trésors et un monceau d'argent. Et nous là,
Your stronghold will to be your stronghold. To be powerful. And they would have abundance of money.
so what is that? Regardez mon nom. It's the best book ever. What is Sarah Kadosh? Il dit Ve'aya Shaddai betzarecha v'keset toafot lach. He said, Da, you have to know. כי הנה, הבינה נתפשט היסוד שלה עד שליש התפארת של זה. You have to know that Bina is Ima. Bina c'est Ima. What is Ima? Knowledge. Yesod, son Yesod à elle, goes down till a half chest of Za. Descend jusqu'à le shlish, a third of the Tiferet of Za. כי ג' פרקין דנצר של הען התפשטו בחרן של זה. So let's make a figure. On va faire une figure, vous allez comprendre. Because we want to build wise women, so we have to give to you proper information. So let's do the figure of that. Very simple, it's not complicated. C'est pas compliqué, c'est très simple. You have here Bina. What is Bina? It's knowledge. Bina, c'est knowledge. She possesses 10 sphirot inside of her. Elle possède 10 sphirot à l'intérieur d'elle-même. And under her, and Bina, sorry, I forget, she is the second head of the name of Hashem, Yudkevavki. And under her, we have Za. What is Za? It's Zair and Pin. Zair and Pin also possess 10 sphirot inside of him. Okay. So now, they are connected, they are related. Why? Because Bina, which is knowledge, is connected to wisdom, who is Abba, also connected to that, which is understanding. They goes inside of that in order to bring to him mochin. Et les hommes dans ça pour donner des mochin. He said, but we know that they have different ways to be connected. The first of all, the yesod of Bina. Here's the yesod of Bina, which is the womb of Bina. Let's say this is the Tiferet of Za. And that Tiferet is divided in three. So he said the Yesod of Ima, which is here, is going down and surround all these aspects of Za. All these, they are basically under the cover of the Yesod of Ima. From the Yesod. Let's make the Yesod also bigger in order to understand. You know what he said? Donc il said like this. He said, עד שליש התפארת של זה. כי גימל פרקין דנצר שלה, התפשטו בחכם. Go deeper. He said, even the Netzar of Ima, here, possess three levels. Every time it's inner, middle, and external. He said, the Netzar of Ima, when they go to Za, they feed the Haran of Za. Meaning the top one, celui qui est en haut, he gives to Chochma of Za. The second one gives to Chesed of Za. And the third one gives to Netzar of Za. וגימל פרקין דעות שלה נתפשטו בבגה דזה. Also, so this is Netzar, that's a Netzar. All this, we just want to understand why the atmosphere of woman Nida is harmful. On doit juste comprendre pourquoi l'atmosphère d'une femme Nida est nocif. So look, here it is. So also here it's odd. The spherical odd. Same thing. The upper part of that third of odd goes in Bina. The second part goes in Gevura. And the third part goes in Odd. Now look what he said. He said, but היסוד שלה לא נתפשט רק עד החזה דזה. He said, oh, we have a problem. Because you see, Netzar cover all the line. Netzar of Bina cover all the line of Za, meaning Chochma, Chesed, Netzar. The Odd of Ima cover all the line also, meaning Bina, Gevura, Odd. He said, but the Yesod don't cover all the line. The Yesod cover, let's say, that and the first third. How come? How come the Yesod of Ima doesn't do the same work like Netzar and Odd? Pourquoi le Yesod de Ima ne fait pas le même travail que Netzar et Odd? Because the two sides, they cover all the lines in Za. But the Yesod of Ima, what's happened? Regardez ce qui se passe.
C'est-à-dire que c'est ses jambes.
Ouais, c'est la jambe gauche, Yesod. So say, what happened? He said, look, why is it like that? Pourquoi c'est comme ça? Qui metiyut Yesod shela en lo ikar. He said, why is it like that? Because the purpose or the mission of a Yesod is not essential in the world of Za. Le travail du Yesod de Ima n'est pas essentiel. Pas comme le Netzar, pas comme le Hod. Not like the Netzar, not like the Hod. What does it mean? Ki ou sod Avira. And c'est because the yesod of Ima, it's the avir. It's the atmosphere. Deuxième ligne à gauche. Là, en haut à gauche. Voilà. Avira. So what? It's avira. We need avira. Why do you say it's not essential? Pourquoi tu dis c'est pas essentiel? Look. Sod avira. Il fait ve'eno ke yesod shel zachar. He said because it's not like the yesod of a man, the yesod of a woman. What is that yesod of a woman? It's a hole. You have avir inside. You see? The avira is the yesod of the ima. But the yesod of that, no, it's not avira. C'est pas avira. Look, il dit, Venoda ki Shem Shaddai u leolam beyesod. So we know that the name Shaddai is always referred to the sphere called Yesod, or the womb, or the Brit Milah. But what's happened? Look at the pasuk of Yov. He said, Shaddai betzarecha v'kesef to'afot lach. What does it mean? Ça veut dire quoi? Veine, mizeh Yesod de Bina, from the Yesod of Bina, Yeshbo bet tirim. We saw this morning. He said in the Yesod of Bina, you have two tirim, you have two engines. You have two tirim. The bet latot and two doors in the rechem. Yeah, deux tirim and two latot. We saw this morning, so we go deep. So what happened? Ve tir begematria shin, like we saw. The tir is gematria 300. Shin. Ve bet latot are dalet. Dalet. Dalet, the door is dalet. So here is shed. וכן נמצא כי בית צירים בבית לדות גימטריה shed. So it means that because you have two tirim, one tier, one dalet, one dalet, one door, it means shed. Two shed. And he said, והם סוד שני שדיים של זה. He said, they are the secret of the two shadaim of Za. Za possesses breast. Yes. That breast is the two shed. Where it come from? From Ima. Shte shadaim shel Za. Bechazeh shelo, in his chest. So we know that the first part of the three part of the Tiferet, it's here. For the men. It's here. This Shlish Elyon, Shlish Emsai, Shlish Tartan is under the belly button.
That's the Yisod itself.
No.
Belly button, what part is belly button?
Non, le nombril est en dessous. Le Yesod, c'est un autre. C'est un autre.
C'est ça, ok.
Après, il dit, שתי שדיים של זה, בחזה שלו, ובבחינת זו, שליש עליון של תפארת דזה, נקרא שדאי. So meaning that here, it's שדאי. là, c'est שדאי. או זה. It's not only the יסוד. New חידוש, שדאי, it's also the first third of תפארת. זה שדאי. So you can see that here, the man is powerful.
That's the only place you always show.
Yeah, you show that you're powerful.
Even the gorillas.
Yeah.
They would say,
Shaddai.
oh.
Chose que j'ai pas compris, tu as dit, c'est Shed. Après, ça fait Shaddai. Mais comment tu passes de Shaddai à Shaddai, vu que c'est Shed? C'est Shed.
Parce que c'est
Comment il
Prinati
arrive?
Sodeima. Sodeima n'arrive jusque-là. Et c'est toujours Shem Shaddai. Après, il dit, c'est Nikra Shaddai. Et Omnam, Zeu, Veaya Shaddai Betzarecha. C'est this is that Shaddai that Yov is talking about. C'est le Shaddai que Yov y parle. So what the connection with that? Look. Ve'al tikre betzarecha, ela betzirecha. C'est don't say betzarecha, like it said in the pasuk. Say betzirecha. Put a chirik under the tzadi. Mais un chirik. So we go back in the engines. So what does it mean? Ça veut dire quoi? ובזה תבין מה שאמרו, מה שכתוב בזוהר, פרשת ואתחנן. והיה מלגב שדי מלבר. לא, פרדון, הוויה. מלגב ושדי מלבר. So you will understand now why it said that Avaya is on the top and Shaddai is on the bottom. What does it mean? בעניין, this is the topic, c'est le sujet. כי מה שהוא כאן בזה שדי, משם כנגדו בנקבה והיה. You have to know, say, look, when you have Shaddai here, in the woman's place, it's Veaya. It's not Avaya, it's Veaya. Vav, He, Yud, He. וזה סוד, והיה עם שמוע. C'est ici de secret. והיה עם שמוע. What do you have, Shama? Listen to the advice, to the orders I'm giving to you. Why? Because you being alone with a woman in a room, you are in front of the Veaya. Tu es en face du Veaya. Dis that Veaya. Veaya, Shama, Tishmi, Amidota, Anokim, etc. What is that Veaya? Ça veut dire que quoi? Là-bas, l'atmosphère qui l'entoure, l'atmosphère which surrounds her, it's called test. Always. Ça s'appelle test. It's a vira.
Des tests.
V'ayem shamoa. Here is the test. Don't let that atmosphere swallow you. Handle it properly. Laisse pas cette atmosphère t'avaler. Gère-le bien. If you handle it properly, Chef Abraha will come. Like he said in the Kachma. If you listen to my voice. What is that voice? It's simple. Don't be in front of the Shamoa when it's not the time.
Well, when is it the time?
Never. Except if you're married, you can be in time, you can stay in the same room. But all the time, no yichud. Après, il dit, Ve'inyan, c'est quoi le sujet de ce topic? Imshamoa, Ve'inyan, qui Avav ou Zah, Canada, de Vav et Zah. Ve'ahe, Keter de Nukva. So is connected, analyzing the Ve'aya. Is the Vav of Ve'aya, c'est Zah. The first A of Ve'aya is Keter de Nukva. Anikret, נקרא ה'. ואחר כך, tren mochin delay, והם יודקה, and after, two mochin of which are יודקה. So what is ve'aya? Za, keter denuk, chochma bina denuk. So what's happened? He said, look, so that ve'aya, we talk about the mochin, keter and za. Za, be careful about the keter and the mochin. Because that avira can take you away. Why? Because your Shaddai is here. And that place is connected and related to the other place called Shaddai, Yesod. Look what he's going to say. Ask him. ואחר כך אתכן מוכין לדבר הרי כי מצד אחד הוא שדי ומצד אחר זה והיה. What is that? The mezuzah. That's what the yichud is, because you passed the mezuzah. You entered the place.
It's like passing another dimension.
Exactly. Because if you were to mezuzah, quand vous écrivez mezuzah, c'est quoi là-bas? On a une mezuzah ici?
Peut-être là-bas, quelque part, tu as dit.
On va voir une mezuzah.
Tu vas l'ouvrir?
Elle est fermée?
J'ai ouvert, mais on va livrer.
Ah, je ne veux pas comprendre. I will show to you.
Ce avir-là, quand il n'est pas quand la relation entre l'homme et la femme n'est pas encore mariée, c'est un avir nida.
En fait, ce qui se passe, il te dit, en fait, quand tu passes cette porte-là, ça, Shaddai devient Ve'aya. C'est-à-dire que t'as switché.
C'est dans le.
Oui, c'est ça.
C'est juste derrière.
C'est juste derrière. You switch. You pass the door. You see Shaddai, but by entering that room when you know that you will be alone with her, the Shaddai becomes Ve'aya. Je vais.
Elle est fermée par contre.
Voilà. Look, I'll show to you. Look this and you will understand. Where is it? Shalom Rabbi Eliyahu Gaon. Shalom Rabbi Temuna.
Shalom, shalom, Arav. It had been difficult for me to follow the class because I was backstage. I had many questions to ask at some point, but I could not. So I was just carefully following.
You will ask at the end, no problem, in a few minutes.
Okay,
So look,
Arav.
the other question was, why is it forbidden to be alone in the room with a woman? Pourquoi c'est interdit d'être tout seul dans une pièce avec une femme? It's simple. The Hakadosh say, look at the position. We say it was technical, but know that here you have Shaddai in the Za. And the opposite of it, it's Ve'aya. It's simple. Look, when the mezuzah is kosher, you have on this side the name Shaddai. But exactly on the other side, it's Ve'aya. Meaning, when you enter in that room, because you know that you will be alone with her, the Shaddai switch on you. The atmosphere is created now by the Ve'aya. The Shaddai was supposed to protect you because it's El Shaddai, it's powerful. Le Shaddai était supposed to protéger. But because you go in that place where Chaz Shalom, you will get karet, if you make sense. What will make you crazy is the atmosphere. Why? Because she's for you, Nida. It's not your wife. She is Nida. That atmosphere has the power to switch Shaddai and Veaya to Veaya. Look,
Mais d'où il vient cette atmosphère?
de Nida.
De Nida.
Because when she is Nida, the head is not stable.
Her head or
Her
your
head.
head?
Generally, women when they are Nida, they are more attracted by a relationship. More.
Araf, tell me more about the Viaya, because I understand Viaya as like it shall be, like in the past tense.
Yes, but look, you see, it's past tense, but in the halacha, you see the ve'aya of the mezuzah here. You see it, Rabbi Eliyahu Gaon? Ve'aya?
Yes, Araf, I'm seeing.
Okay. Halacha is like this. Always on the back of the ve'aya, you have to write Shaddai.
Okay, Araf.
The question is why? We saw in the Ramban about the story of Rachel when she was Nida and couldn't stand up in front of his father. Ramban asked, how come? There's nothing to do. You are Nida, you are allowed to stand. He said, no, in the ancient time, they knew that the atmosphere around the woman Nida is harmful and blemish and can make also spots ra on the body and on the soul. So the Ben Ishai in his book of woman, he said, look, you have to know why it's forbidden to be alone with a woman, because for you, she's considered like Nida. So now we connect the two situations. It's the Nida, which is basically the arm of the situation. By studying Nida, we understand that Nida creates a specific atmosphere around the woman, say Ramban, something known about by the sage of the time. After, we try to know what is exactly the atmosphere, the air, the avira that Ramban is talking about. Comme Kadosh say, look, that atmosphere is supposed to come from the yesod of Bina, meaning from the foundation of knowledge. If the woman is Nida, the avira of that knowledge is harmful. Quand la femme est Nida, l'avira de la knowledge, c'est you will kill your knowledge. You will have you will not think. You will not think. You will not be able to think. Don't think that you will enter, you will handle. You will handle nothing.
No, she will put the energy on you.
Exactly.
She will put that energy on you.
How come? Because the avira is too strong. And that avira, how do we know that the sage, they knew about that? Say, look, look the mezuzah. At least if you know Chazé Shalom, you go to sin, when you have in that entrance door, kiss the mezuzah. It can help you to go back.
J'ai une histoire de ça.
I have that when you're about to sin, no, you kiss the mezuzah so that you go back.
If you are a tzaddik and that at that moment you are just you have been brought there by a bad wind, if before you enter that house where you know that she is, you basically kiss the mezuzah, you may be helped. We learn it from Yosef at Tzaddik. He decided to finish with the wife of Potiphar. Say, I'm go. It's too much. I cannot support. Okay, let's make it happen. He saw his face, the father's faces. What is that, Mochin?
Est-ce qu'on sait, est-ce que cet avira-là, il vient des 4 vents ou il vient des rouchotes qu'on a vu? Il vient des rouchotes.
Non, il vient des vents internes.
Des 4 vents?
Il vient des vents internes.
Parce que comment tu peux te dire que Ima, elle a...
C'est pas entendu ce que je lui ai dit. Il vient des vents internes. C'est le foie qui le produit. Quelque chose, mais ça, on verra ça demain. C'est pas, ça vient de l'interne. Et ça crée quelque chose.
Je pensais qu'il venait des mauvais vents, des roues, parce qu'on avait fait la distinction.
Parce que tu saignes de l'intérieur. C'est de l'intérieur. Tu saignes de l'intérieur.
Scène de l'intérieur.
Avira. That's why we say in the afternoon you have two kinds of winds. You have the winds external and the inner winds which are created by the leader. That's why we say Kaved Lev Paro.
Oh my God.
Il a tout dit. C'est pas café.
Non.
C'est du coca.
Après il dit, that's why in the Mezuzah you have the Ve'aya and you have the Shaddai. So please, first thing we have to do, halacha lema'aseh, be careful about the halachot of yichud. Attention, don't be alone with a woman which is not your wife. This is the first level. Second level, be careful. Once you are in that dynamic, respect the laws. If they say, look, your wife should be in the room, or take a kid of 9 years old, or don't be alone with a girl more than 3 years old. Halakha. Tu peux pas être seul dans une pièce avec une fille depuis 3 ans. Halakha, halakha. It's not sod. Halakha. Even that, say be careful. So when you have daughter, you have to be very strict.
Mais un papa, il peut avec sa fille ou pas?
Oui, papa, on a vu. Halakha, papa, fille, c'est bon. Maman, fils, c'est bon. But you have to know that when your daughter will be 3, no man should stay with her in a room even for 5 minutes. It's called yichud. Halakha. So now the question is, why all that? All about the Avira and the Mezuzah. So to finish, let's just read what's the Kachma, Ve'ayam Shamot. Let's read it here. C'est Ve'ayam Shamot Tishmeu El Zotai. Asher Anochi Metzaveh Etchem Hayom Le'ahava. Et Adonai Elohechem U'Lovdo B'Chol Levavchem Kol Nafshechem. So he said basically, if you let the Shaddai act in your life, is the proof that you love God. If you enter that room and you make your business, it's the proof that you don't like him. Say, I will give the rain on its time. What is that rain? Rain comes from the south.
Oui, c'est ça que je t'entends.
You get it now. You get it now.
C'est chaud comment ils ont tout codé en fait.
Yes, and from in comes the tal, how do you say tal in English? The dew, and the grain, the rain. The metar artechem, beito, teshuva. I will give it on its time, beito, dans son temps. Beito yoreu malkosh, ve'asavta teganecha, and you will take your wheat, tu reprendras ton blé. Ve'tiroshecha, and you tirosh, ton raisin. Ve'tarecha venatati, aesev ve'sadecha, I will give herbs on your field, je donnerai de l'herbe dans ton champ. To your animals, and also to your animals, and you will eat. Achila, tu vas manger. Like we saw all the Misrach, you saw all the topic. Vesavata, you will be satisfied.
Satiated.
And what comes straight after? Isha meru lachem. Why? If you activate the Ve'aya, be careful. Isha meru lachem, pen yifte levavchem. Exactly. Kaved le paro. Exactly. You get it. Vous avez compris. Levavchem, vesartem, vavatem, elohim acherim. Like we saw Rabbi Nefesh say, when you sin, you do avodah zarah. Quand tu fais avodah zarah. Veishtar mitel, you will bow down. Lahem V'chara'af Adonai bachem. Hashem will be in deep in fury. Bachem. Ve'atzar et hashamayim. Instead, bam, block the shamayim. Ve'lo yeh metar. No blessing from the south. Ve'adama lo titeh livula. No fruits, no herbs, nothing, no vegetables. Ve'avatem me'era me'al haaretz hatova asher, and you will be sent away exile. So put this on your heart. This is all the key of the Kriyat Shema. Every single Jewish house possesses that mezuzah. Why? Because we all know that the question of Yichud is what distinguishes us from the Maaseh Kenani. On sait que les comportements avec le Yichud, forbidden, permitted, and so on, this is what distinguishes us with the Maaseh Kenani. Baruch Adonai Olam, Amen et Amen.
Amen, amen.
C'est fou comment le cours du matin jusqu'au soir, tout est lié. T'as la conclusion le soir.
Même
Wow.
la chose que j'ai dit, qu'on a utilisé ensemble, à Netanyahu, à chaque fois,
Ça revient aussi.
même, c'est pas possible ça.
תודה רבה צדיקים צדיקות for the people. כן רבי אליהו, I'm listening to you.
Okay, Araf.
Yeah.
There are two issues here.
Yeah.
The first is, in Nigeria, it's difficult to get mezuzot. Very difficult. At times, you have to buy from the US, and it's very costly because after buying, you have to pay for either shipping or the freight fee.
Yeah.
So it becomes very costly. Is there a way that we can either get the parchment and then we look for, the covering, something to cover it and put on the door? Or maybe you can give us a teaching on how to write it ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
So because that is a difficult issue. There are many houses here in Nigeria there are no mezuzah on the doors. So people just live like that, many of the Jews here. So, and it's very, very difficult. And you have taught us how important the mezuzah is, to be put on the door. So I'm very, very much concerned about it.
Abelio Gaon, do you have in Nigeria, fabric of animal skins, like bulls, deers? Do you have that?
I can try to get them.
Because the parchment that we talk about, like this, it's kosher till a certain point. I explain myself.
Okay, Araf.
Most of the Tanaim and the Gemara said that the real part of the skin of the animal where we have to write should be the tustus, which is the gvil, meaning the Sifrei Torah we find in Nigeria, with the, like this. It's my Megillah, you see like this. You see that?
Yeah, yes, Araf, I've seen.
You see, this is kosher, more kosher than that one.
Okay, Araf.
So if you have, someone who maybe make sandals, I don't know, and he use leather like this. You see?
Yes, Araf.
Leather like this of kosher animal. Bull, cow, and so on. You just need to buy that size. Very small. Look, this is my finger.
Okay, Araf.
This is like, you see that side. It's enough to write the mezuzah. I will teach you how to write the mezuzah. But just find, for sure you have it in Nigeria. A fabric of a place where they work with skins of cow and bulls or deer. Here we called it klaf tzvi, mutar. You take it, and I'll teach to you how to write, and it will be kosher. Don't worry. This is more kosher than that in terms of skins. This is the lower level of the skin. This is the best. You know, it's you see, it's a real liver.
C'est de la vache, ça?
So try to find that, and we will be work on it, you and me. Find a solution for our brothers.
Et j'ai une question pour ça. Utiliser la peau, l'animal, il doit être fait la chita comme il faut. Ou tu peux utiliser.
Araf, I want to know
Yes.
how old was Levi, Simeon and Levi, when they fought with the Shechemites?
I've read it once. They were very young. They were not adults. I think they were. Some people say that they are more than bar mitzvah because the sin is on their shoulder. When Yaakov said it's not my sin, but it was like maybe they were 17, 16, something like that. I will check. I will let you know, but we are very young.
Okay, Araf, because someone was asking me that the one of the origins of bar mitzvah is that either Levi, I think, or Simeon was bar mitzvah at the age of 13.
But I think it will be in that case. For sure, you will find a period like that. It will be bar mitzvah plus the 13 plus 1 day.
Okay.
Because it's important that bar mitzvah have been passed in order to say that they are guilty of their own sins. So I will check, but I know that they were young. I really thought they were young.
Okay, Araf, I'll wait on the mezuzah issue because it's very important for us.
Try just to find for me someone who does that fabrics.
Okay, Araf.
If you find it, we're going to talk and see how we can make it happen.
Okay, Araf.
I will answer to you after about the message. Sorry.
Okay, Araf.
Bye bye, Likula, Laila Tov, and Shabbat Shalom. See you next week. Bezat Hashem for Limbas Fumu.
Shabbat Shalom, Araf.
Amen. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom.